A wolf is creating problems in Lake County, and we're tracking some of its impacts and why ranchers can't defend their livestock from it.
Plus, we're following up on the contract that brought an end to one of Oregon's longest strikes.
And if you're tired of winter weather, we're warming up as we're heading through the rest of the week, but we do have to get through a cold start to the day. We'll take a closer look at your Wednesday commute coming up.
Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 this morning.
What about just tired, Sarah? I'm not feeling it this morning. Good morning. The time is 6 a.m. as you wake up to this beautiful view of South of Medford, brought to you by our Compass Hotel. Cam, welcome to NewsWatch 12 this morning. I'm David Alvarado.
And I'm Brinkley Hill. Let's check in with Storm Tracker 12 meteorologist Sarah Kress. And whether you're tired or really excited to head out this morning, you're going to want to grab that jacket. It was so cold heading out. Yeah, very cold around many places across the region. And at least it's Wednesday. We're halfway through the week and we'll be seeing some warmer temperatures through Friday, but a live look out, we're starting to get a little bit of brightness to the day. Grants Pass waking up with a bit of fog this morning. Visibility only about a quarter of a mile, 0 miles visibility actually as we're starting this morning. We do have a little bit more time where we could possibly see some patchy fog develop near Klamath Falls, maybe in areas towards Medford as well, but it should be clearing out quickly as we're moving throughout our morning. Maybe just a little bit more stubborn as you head towards Grants Pass, but by the afternoon you are going to be seeing that sunshine. Temperatures making up into the mid 60s today into the Rogue Valley, around the rest of the region. Still going to be seeing some very warm temperatures. Even over into the Klamath Basin, a high of 51 for Klamath Falls, Wairika high of 59. It's very pleasant no matter where you are. Now taking a look at the next few days, we're going to continue to be dry, and most of our Saturday is going to be dry as well. Expecting showers return late into the day and more rain and high elevation snow for our Sunday, but we'll talk about what you can expect through the rest of the week coming up in our next forecast. This morning, I'm continuing to report on OR 158, a wolf that's collared and tracked by Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife. This wolf has killed 6 calves in southern Oregon, but ranchers that I spoke to are seeing secondary damages.
The Farrells own and operate T-Bar Livestock, a ranch in Valley Falls just 15 minutes from Lakeview. 2 depredations have been contributed to OR 158, but the damages go beyond what's inflicted by the wolf.
We've been seeing some late-term abortions in the cattle that are not typical or in excess numbers of anything typical, even related to a storm.
The Farrells told me a vet says that stress is a direct factor here.
They're more than just a number to us. It's what puts clothes on our kids' back. And so when we have to watch these animals be destroyed the way it's happened, it's devastating.
The Flynn's live down the road from T-Bar Livestock at T7 Cattle Ranch. Dr. Elise Flynn has had to slow her vet business.
Yeah, so I mean, this wolf has his collar pinged right outside the vet clinic.
The community's animals can no longer stay at the clinic because of the fear that OR 158 could harm the patient's livestock. Behind me are some of the Flynn family's beautiful horses, but they're having to be kept in that pen because the collar on OR 158 has been pinged right on the other side of this fence.
Horses really are irreplaceable with everything we have into them. Our breeding program, our training, they're a pet.
Elise now worried that some of the horses set to give birth won't have a safe place to even survive.
That's usually a really exciting time of year. And I have a facility that they can foal out safely, but then I don't know what we're going to do with them. We usually turn them out, and that's right where the wolf has been all over and not afraid.
Some more secondary damages include Elise's husband, Tom, who runs T7 Cattle Ranch. And he said that for every calf killed, he's roughly losing 1 month of his personal take-home pay that he puts towards insurance and savings. So far, OR 158 has cost him roughly a quarter of what he takes home in a year. But that refund process for those calves could take over a year for that check to get to that family. I have more information on that process on KDRV.com.
We have an update this morning on the Lakeview woman accused of killing her son. Amanda Edwards pleaded not guilty during her probable cause hearing. We first told you about this case 1 week ago when Oregon State Police announced the investigation. Edwards' charges include criminal mistreatment, murder by abuse, and abuse of corpse. Edwards' pretrial conference is scheduled for March 10th. You can find more details on this case on our website, kdrv.com. And a Jackson County couple is facing organized retail theft charges. they're accused of stealing $20,000 worth of jeans. The Medford Police Department arrested Christopher Esselstrom and Brooke Grinnell after JCPenney and Kohl's reported a group stealing hundreds of pairs of Levi's and over 3 days in January. A loss prevention officer was able to get a clear picture of one of the suspects as well as a license plate, which led officers to a home on Thomas Road. The couple was arrested. Esselstrom had meth, drug packaging materials, and logs of other drugs in his possession.
New this morning, the Siskiyou County Animal Patrol asking for your help this morning in identifying a man that illegally dumped cats. Take a look at your screen. As you can see right here, the man was caught on camera dropping off five cats in a live trap. That is a California violation. So if you have any information on the man you see here, please contact Animal Control with the email on your screen. Those tips can be anonymous.
We're following up on the contract agreement reached between Providence Hospitals and the Oregon Nurses Association. Providence says it's pleased that ONA nurses agreed to the deal, saying in part, quote, "We recognize the challenges faced over the past 6 weeks and are proud of these agreements that address issues the union bargaining teams identified as priorities during negotiations."
This contract includes major wins. That includes wage increases that will help Providence recruit and retain more nurses. Unified contracts across 10 Providence bargaining units that will strengthen our collective voice and set the stage for even greater advancements in the coming years.
ONA nurses are returning to work on the first night shift tonight. Under our School Watch, the Medford School Board passed a motion to fast-track the procurement process for the emergency demolition of North Medford High School's gym.
This would allow Superintendent Brett Champion and Assistant Superintendent of Operations Brad Earl to quickly hire contractors without waiting the usual amount of time for competitive bids. Normally, the district would need to follow strict bidding procedures, but a concern was raised about equity and transparency in the bidding process.
Board members reassured that they would require all laws to ensure fairness. The resolution passed with School Board member Michael Williams being the only abstained vote. Once the district stabilizes the gym walls or decides to demolish them, they'll go back to normal bid conditions.
Now, student achievement continues to decline across the nation, and Oregon is no exception. Recent test results show significant drop in math and reading.
NewsWatch 12's Samantha Cadera has been speaking with some local school districts in Southern Oregon about how they're planning to address these challenges.
It's exceptionally troubling, and the question is, how can our state use some of the tools from the Federal Department of Education that help you reach various groups of students that are having trouble getting their tests up.
Recent test scores from the National Assessment of Educational Progress show a troubling trend in Oregon, with middle and elementary students, especially fourth graders, falling behind in reading and math. Oregon's fourth graders ranked second to last in the nation for math in the 2024 NAEP rankings. I spoke with local districts about how they're working to improve these results.
It's motivating for me as a principal and as a leader to say, okay, well, what are we doing that helps support learners, and what are ways that we can continue to improve? Because when you're an educator, you're always looking to improve.
While these results are concerning, local educators aren't sitting back. They're already refining strategies to better address their students.
Our levels in reading and math are below the state average. And so I really am paying close attention to that. There's no reason that our students shouldn't be performing at least the state average, hopefully a lot better as we put in some of these changes.
As the state works to improve test results, the Oregon Department of Education stresses the importance of strengthening instructional practices and providing targeted support moving forward. They shared a statement saying, quote, "These results further underscore the critical need to strengthen core instructional practices across our entire pre-K through 12 system, while also focusing on students who urgently need targeted support and intervention," end quote. As the conversation continues, educators, lawmakers, and families alike are all focused on finding innovative ways to improve these results. Reporting in Medford, I'm Samantha Cadera.
Klamath Falls City Schools have announced extended days to make up for lost instruction time during snow days. Beginning March 31st, the school day will be extended by 14 minutes for the remainder of the year. The district says this is necessary to meet state requirements. Bus schedules will be adjusted accordingly.
And on your Wednesday, you will be waking up chilly, but you can expect those temperatures to be rather pleasant by the time you're heading home from work. And it only gets warmer from here. Thursday, a high of 68, 69 on Friday. But one thing we aren't losing are going to be those very cold starts to the day. Even as we head over east of the Cascades, we can expect our lows to be rather chilly as well, into the teens and 20s the next few mornings. Now, we are tracking rain to return this weekend, but the start will be dry. We'll take a closer look for the next few days coming up in about 7 minutes.